real quick, we talk about basketball-wise, there's two things that makes you a good player: your ability to make a play, right, and the decision process before making a play. Right, you got to make the right read. You got to make the right decision. So, if you are a really good decision maker, so you know when to pass, you know when to shoot, you know when to drive, but you don't have the skill or the ability to make the play, then you're not a very good basketball player. Right? That's just how it works. On the flip side, if you have the skill and the ability, so your handle is tight, you can shoot it, you can get to the rim and finish, you can get by people, but you have no idea when to do those things, you're not a good basketball player either. Right? So, more and more people are talking about basketball IQ. This player got a high basketball IQ. The Europeans are coming over, they got a high basketball IQ, right? That's all you hear now when people talk about basketball. It simply comes down to the ability to make good decisions. That's it. It's the ability to make good decisions. So, the reason I'm telling you that is because that is also one of the most important things, if not the most important thing outside of here too. The decisions we are a culmination of the decisions that we make, right? We've talked about it before. You don't always control what happens. Very rarely do you get to control what happens, but you always get to control how you respond to it. That's a decision, right? Whether we're emotional and we fly off the handle, which I've done plenty of times, or you take a couple deep breaths, you figure it out, and then you make the right decision, right? So the reason I'm saying that is because everything that you are doing or that you should be doing should be leading up to where you're trying to go. We keep talking, that it's going to be a recurring thing. You guys are here for a reason. It's not for me to win basketball games. It's not for it's for you to get to where you're trying to go. That's why you're here, right? So that's going to be the core of the conversation the entire time that you're here. So every decision that you make should be putting you in a situation to get closer to that destination, or get closer to that goal. So 4th of July weekend just happened, right? And my best friend was down in Huntington, or not in Huntington Beach. He was down in Newport Beach in the morning, right? Like, so he's my age. We went to high school together. And yeah, some of y'all smiling and laughing because some of y'all might have been down there yourself. Obviously, he had no idea what was going on. And he hits us like early in the morning. It was like, "Hey, bro, it's chaos down here. This deal is ridiculous," right? So as the deal goes on, stuff starts to come out, and you see this, that, or the other. So whether you were in Newport or whether you were anywhere on the planet, right? The decisions that you made over the weekend are going to affect Monday, right? They affect if you're ready to perform on Monday. And Monday is an opportunity. Tuesday is an opportunity for you to get closer to where you're trying to go. So if you're making decisions, and one of the big decisions at your age is you taking care of your body. There's two things usually at this deal. One is how much sleep you're getting, right? I was a dude, I don't care what was going on. If I didn't get 8 hours of sleep, I was worth 2 dead flies smashed. Like, I just knew I had to get 8 hours of sleep. So, hey, if I was gonna stay up to 2, I would sleep until 10. Like, I had to get my 8. I had to figure it out, right? So that's one, resting. And then the other thing is what you guys are putting in your body. It just is what it is. Again, it's decisions. I've played with guys, and you hear the stories. Everybody got a podcast these days. You hear these dudes tell stories of them partying, smoking, drinking, night before games, and then going out and playing in the league. Some dudes can get away with that. I don't know if we have a dude in the gym that can get away with that. And even the dudes that get away with it is still not maximizing their potential. Not knocking what they're doing. They're grown men making their own decisions or made their own decisions. But you can't tell me that they wouldn't have been better if they had made different decisions, right? I say that because we come in here and we're getting after it a little bit. We're starting to build up, ramp. You know, it's a gradual climb, but we're not going crazy in here. And some of you guys are struggling, right? Y'all young adults. I'm not going to tell you, hey man, you got to do this or you got to be a really good decision maker in all aspects of your life, not just in here on the basketball court, right? So it's the deal. Jacob asked me earlier, we were talking about nutrition. I'm the wrong guy to ask about nutrition. Like, I grew up on fast food. It just is what it is. I eat a little bit better grade of fast food now, but we still eat a lot of fast food. So I'm not the nutrition guy. But he was asking me about nutrition. I said, hey man, nutrition is really simple. And I'm not knocking nutritionists because they're on a whole nother level and they can maximize stuff. But on the fundamental level, nutrition is really simple. And I'll explain it as simple as it gets. If I had a Snickers in my right hand and I had a banana in my other hand, and I asked you as an athlete which one you should be eating, what's the answer? The banana. Really easy. It's really easy. I take that back. It's simple. It's not easy. Because 9 times out of 10, I'm going to pick the Snickers. Right? But it's real simple. It's the same thing outside of here, man. Y'all know. Now, am I saying don't have fun? No, man. Y'all are young. You should be having fun. You should be enjoying life. Because you don't get this stage back. We talked about last time, 5-10 years from now, you're going to have mouths to feed and all that stuff, responsibility. You ain't got that right now. Enjoy the fact that you don't have that, right? Enjoy it while it lasts. But at the same time, you can have fun and continue to get to where you're trying to go. Because here's what I will tell you. I heard T.I. say this one time, is if you think that the parties that you go to now are fun, like if partying is your deal, if you think the level of partying you're at right now is fun, just imagine the parties that you can go to if you're successful. Or the level, like, you know, you go to Newport on 4th of July, now, you on the sand. Just imagine if you had a boat or if you had a yacht. I don't have a boat or a yacht, but I would imagine that that's a different level of fun. It looked more fun than being on the sand, right? So again, man, decision making. And then here's the last part with this. With the things that you're trying to achieve, you don't get to do it on your terms. Like, you don't get to set the price, right? Like, I love La Russell. If you don't know who La Russell is, Google him. I love La Russell, rapper, independent, does his own thing. From the outside looking in, looks like a real solid dude. I love La Russell. La Russell has a deal where he puts out a song or he puts out an album, and you can set the price of what you pay for the album. So if you really like it and you got dough, you give him $100 for the album. If you're a college student and you broke and you only got $1 on your Venmo, then you can Venmo the man $1. You get to set the price. Great concept for La Russell. That's not how this works. You don't get to set the price. The price has already been set for what you're trying to do, and it never goes on sale. It never goes on sale. Because it's premium. And I'm not saying that La Russell is not premium. Like I said, I'm a big fan. But this is what you're trying to achieve and what you're trying to accomplish is premium. 4th of July just happened. I keep using it. We got 4th of July sales all over the place. Cars go on sale. You can get a lease for a great rate. Maybe they're giving rebates on the down payment. All of that stuff, right? Around holidays. You ever see a Bentley go on sale? Because either you got it or you don't. And it ain't for everybody. This is the same thing. Either you got it or you don't. And it's not for everybody. This is exclusive. So you got to be willing to pay the price. So that comes back to the decisions that you're making on a daily basis, in here and outside of here. That make sense? Let's get it.
Always.
Family.